Hey guys, Steve Heffron here from the Healthy Back Institute again. And in this video, we're going to do another stretch. I call it the gravity-assisted figure 4 stretch. And I think you'll understand why we're calling it the gravity-assisted, because it's really intense. We use our body weight to do it. But first I want to clarify something that we talk about, in that sciatica is not a condition. You don't go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a diagnosis of sciatica. You go to the doctor and he gives you a diagnosis of one of 4 things. The 4 things that can cause sciatica are herniated disc, spinal stenosis, spondylolisthesis, or piriformis syndrome. Now, the probability is that you could have one of those 3 and a very tight piriformis muscle. And a lot of times what people end up doing is they end up stretching the piriformis muscle and getting significant, or if not total, relief, and thinking that they've solved their problem. But the reality is that you get a lot of relief, you get to a certain point into the future, and things start to come back. So while you can have a stretch that actually gives very quick relief, the problem is that there's a few more steps that might be necessary in the process of getting total relief or total resolution to your diagnosis. Like, again, the probability is you're not going to cure stenosis, you're not going to cure your spondylolisthesis, and you're not going to cure your herniated disc. They'll always be there. But if you can have a more neutral, more balanced, and more stable pelvis, you can minimize the chronic and continuous irritation that the activities of our daily life force us to create. These irritations, sitting, standing, our jobs. Those are just examples of how we get irritated. If you can have a pelvis that's strong enough and stable enough to tolerate those, you can minimize that irritation and have virtually no pain. The other thing that it does, it allows your body to heal itself to the extent at which it will, and that's really the beauty. So understanding that there are stretches that open things up, and that there are exercises that strengthen the muscles that are weaker. So when you hear us talk about muscle imbalances, there are going to be muscles that are dominantly strong and tight, and some muscles that are weak. Our job is to help you identify those weaker muscles so we can strengthen them, and those tighter muscles so we can stretch them. And that's how we bring our body back to balance. So for right now, let's go ahead and let me show you. Again, we're going to be using the railing here to help us assist us with this stretch. I'm bringing my butt as close as I can to the wall here because you're going to see what's going to happen in a minute. Let's just assume that my left leg is my affected side. I'm going to put my right leg here. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to do my best to get my affected leg over the knee. And you can see that my butt's in the air. Now when I come down, gravity is pulling me down. Gravity is forcing me into this stretch. And this is super intense. But what's good about it is that I'm relaxed. I don't have to do any physical work. I can breathe and relax. This is a super intense stretch for me right now. So I'm just relaxing. I'm letting my butt come down to the ground now. You can see it's much further down. And I haven't done anything. But it's stretching my left side, this side, very intensely. Again, this is one of those where you can just hold it. It's not, again, I can't give you a time, but holding it, and let me just come up to finish the video here, holding it to a certain amount of time to your tolerance, till you actually feel good. Real quick tip, if you're super, super tight, go take a shower, warm up, drink some water, get your tissues mobile and active and ready to accept a stretch versus just trying to stretch cold. Is a really good way to improve the probability of increasing a stretch and taking the pressure off that nerve. Again, I'm Steve Heffron. Look forward to the next video coming up. Thanks.